Hey guys, Susanna here. I'm here doing part 3 of the vintage sewing collage. Excuse my curtain, hang on a minute. I might pull it up because it's banging. I've got the window open because it's a little warm. Now, what we're going to do here, I've finished putting that on there and stitching that down and sewing the buttons down. We've got this cute, I haven't opened it up since I put that on there. There we go, so we got that. Now what I want to do, I've got that measured there and there and there and there because that's where I'm going to cut it off and it's just going to sew around. But what I would like to do is actually do a stitch. And I was just going to do a running stitch, but I am going to do a feather stitch just for something a little fancier and gives us something nice to do. Now what I'm going to do, I'll go a little higher. That's being put in with a friction pen so I can iron that out. So what I'm going to do is just see, I might start it here. Probably too close. Too close. Okay. So what I'm going to do is you start off with a Y. And go like that. I want them fairly long because I don't want to be here forever. You can tend to get bigger or smaller as you go. So I'm trying to make them the same size. Oh, that breeze is quite nice. Being a bit warm. Okay. There we go. It's probably a little close on that side. Here, and he's speaking, it's my son in the background. He's on his computer chatting with his friends. Okay. Go. I won't go all the way to the end. I'll just go up to there. So, how are we all going with it? I've really enjoyed this one. I mean, I've enjoyed them all, but I like this because it sort of reminds me a little bit of, one of the pages that we did with the Roxy Journal of Stitchery in the first one. Sort of, you got a prompt and sort of like quite a nice little collage page. Go over a bit. Okay. Certainly is quite small. No, I might go over a tad. There we go. Yeah. I think the buttons and everything turned out rather nice on this too. And normally I put buttons and stuff in this, but I just think it looks okay as is. Fits for my one, but if you want to put buttons or do some turkey work in that, that's good. But I just want to sort of showcase the actual the vintage yo-yos for what they are. Okay. Gee, this is teeny. Okay, what I might do, you've sort of seen me work on it now, I might finish up, like I'll put it on pause, I like that. So that's starting there and going like that. I'm going to be having that in there, so some of it you won't see. I really did want to put the word vintage collage or something in there, but it'd have to be pretty small, I think. Oh, that's, yep, it's holding it down. Okay, hopefully you can see that. There we go. So that's a fly stitch. I'll be back. Okay guys, I did this stitching on the bottom and it was a lot of work, so I just stopped and did a running stitch on the top because I thought I was wanting to put some writing on there, which I tried, but that didn't work either. So what we are going to do is, okay, I'm going to stick that over there like this, and then I'm going to put that, I wouldn't mind putting it, I might put it lower. Okay, now as you can see, I've put it onto the actual backing board, and onto the actual page. So there's the other page we've done, and I grabbed that and I think it's probably too big now that those are there, so I'm either thinking that or that or that or that. I think that's too big, that's probably too small. It's either one of these three. It's such a shame because it's such a good button. I wonder if you could put it there. We'll leave it. Probably even put it there. We'll leave it for something else. But I really like it because it's such a vintagey button. Maybe if we put it lower. Let's look. What does that look like? It's very dark. It is very dark. Yeah, that's really pretty. That's quite nice too. I'm going to go with the more sort of shiny vintagey button. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put a bit of fabric glue down on there, and there goes my iron. And then put that over there, put it down, and I might take it a little lower because I'd rather have it going down. I'll grab my big scissors. I'm really wanting to cut it. I just hope that that doesn't come undone. Okay, and then I'm going to, when we stitch that down on there, I'll hold it down on that. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I was umming and ahhing whether I use this to go all the way around, which I do really like, or maybe even this nice green. over there, which I think might be a nice contrast as well. I think I might use this. Nice and fine, which is what I like about it. Okay, now we need a finer pin. Okay, so what I'm going to do just to hold it down is a running stitch, but along here I might even do a running stitch along it. It sounds really weird because I usually always do that, but we've got that on there. So, okay. I might go out a little bit. There we go. Just to give me a bit of scope for movement. Okay, pins and needles everywhere. The more this gets put together, the harder it is to work with sometimes. Okay. I'm going to, I will start off in the middle. Okay, sometimes it proves to be a little bit difficult. Okay, we are going to do a running stitch straight in the middle, and I think that will work rather nicely. Make sure, yep, it's going through. Okay, now it may seem like it is going on an angle, but it's because of the bric rack, but I am actually going straight. This is why we need a sharp needle. Okay. Like that. And that's holding it down to the page, which is good. And I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to put some stitches and stuff on there. I didn't think I was going to, but I would like to, because it's going to be holding it down. It'll hold it down in the middle here. I mean, hold it down to the page by doing this, but then if we do it in the middle, if I stitch on there, it'll help hold that down. Let's hope it doesn't look too wonky. I think it should look okay. There we go. Really like this thread, nice and thin. Okay, so this is the third week that I will be in England at this point. I'm tracking my holiday. So I've probably gotten up to all sorts of different adventures. Caught up with my brother, but I want to scour some English thrift shops and fairs. That one might be nice. So, okay, now we're going to bring it round this way and go up and down all the way across. when I get to the where the buckle is, I might do a double stitch just to make sure that it is holding down. I like that we're putting them in as we go. That way you don't have to do it at the end, which is what I did with my when I did the collaboration a few years ago. Well, it's probably only a year ago now. We did them all and then I put it together in the book, and it does take a bit, whereas if you do it along the way, so I'm going along that, and I might go along that twice just to make sure that it's down. Which definitely needs it in this one. There we go. By the looks of it. Okay. Sorry, I get a bit quiet when I'm busy doing this. Okay, back around. Need to push this over. Okay. I may sew it together on the machine when I actually sew the pages together in just a really light cream, same colour as the calico. I think that will work. Okay. Oop. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. Might have to cut a little more of that off because it's sort of hanging over the edge a little bit more than it should. That's okay. Okay. Making sure that that's going to stay down. Okay. Well, I might just pause it and come back because it's a bit boring you watching me do this. Okay, back again. I might zoom in just a tad. Okay, so I've stitched all the way down and I've gone there, sort of left a little bit of a, and I stitched that down there. So what I'm going to do now, that's cool. I like it that it actually moves. I think it gives it a bit of a, interactive element to it. So what I'm going to do now, because I've sewn that, so that's being held down all the way there, and I'd like to do a little bit in the middle. We've got this beautiful fabric, we might as well highlight it a little bit. So I've got some of this. Now what I would like to do is, I've got, where is it? I've got the green. I've got green little dots here. So I'll do a couple of what do we call them? I might do colonial knots. I might do a colonial mixed with a French knot. Just to hold that down. There's a few of these little renounts, so they wrap 1, 2, 3. It is a little bit of a thinner thread. Okay, in 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to come back with some, see it's got little bits there, which I will probably come back along there, do a couple of little stitches, 2, 3. I mean, it doesn't make it awkward when it's on the thing, on this, but at least it's holding it down, which is good. Okay, we've got some light pink here too that we could probably work with. 1, 2, 3. About 4 more to go. This is moving over a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bear with me, people. Okay. This is how we can do just little bits and pieces that highlight it, but not doing, you know, like overkill on the stitching. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then I've got one more, and then we'll get some of that nice pink thread. I think that darker pink is probably too dark. This one, I think it's just too purple. So I've got this really nice sort of darker reddy pinky colour, so I'll get that out. Okay. Now it's holding that down a little bit. Okay. I might even go back over it with an invisible stitch on the top, but I thought I will work on that. Now, what have we got? I think, methinks, yeah, it's sort of like it's a pinky reddy colour. We'll have a look if that's the right one. Yep, it is. I might use my chenille because it's not as sharp, and I mean, it's sharp enough, but it's not as sharp as those other ones. Forever getting pricked. It drives me crazy. You see? Little prick mark there. Every time I do something, I'm always getting pricked. Now, that'll do. Probably don't quite need that much, but well. So what I'm going to do here is, I mean, I've got some there which I want to do, but I'll do a French knot in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. Nice big one. A bit too big, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to follow the pattern of it. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to go a little bit more than what it is. And so you highlight your piece and you hold your piece down. Looks really nice when you do a little bit of extra embroidery here and there. If I wanted to, I could come in with a yellow, which would look nice. There we go. Oop, something just dropped. I think it might have been my scissors. Okay, no, something else. Okay, so I will stitch away, highlighting all these little bits. I might even come up through here because it's sitting up a little high for me, and pulling it down. There we go. That's better. I like that. Oh, that's what dropped my thread. So there we go. You got the highlight that there, little knots here. So I will continue. I'll probably do those ones there, maybe a few bits and pieces, stuff along there. I quite like it. I was contemplating writing you know, vintage collage on there, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem, unless I do it along here, vintage collage, or along there. But I think it's fairly self-explanatory. That's the only one that's not going to have the words on there like the cut work. It's so pretty. Just love the colours. It's really nice. Okay guys, well, I am going to stitch behind the scenes and you'll see the actual finished embroidery and all that kind of stuff in the thumbnail, and when I do the next one I will show you this finished, like as in the embroidery a little bit closer. So that's sort of like a little bit of extra homework. Okay guys, thank you very much. There's another block completed. I just love it. I think it's really nice. It's really pretty. I could have probably always maybe put that there. I'm wanting to find a place for it, or underneath, sort of like a little peekaboo. I was going to put it on there, but I just think it's too much, so I might there or there, because it says a slowly happy handmade time is a warm, looks like a room. Can't really make it out. Oh, home maybe, but yeah, I like it, so I might stick that on there. I think it'll look cute. Okay guys, really appreciate you following along with me and working with these beautiful fabrics. I hope you're really happy with yours, because I'm very happy with mine, and I love how it's coming along. I can't believe we've done, well, including the cover, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So yeah, awesome. So I will see you in this series next month. Okay, bye.